Welcome to our tutorial on variables in Rust. Rust is a powerful systems programming language, and understanding how to use variables is crucial to writing efficient and effective code. In this video, we'll cover the basics of variables in Rust, including how to declare and reassign them, as well as the differences between mutable and immutable variables. This error because cannot find value x in this scope. The declaration on line 8 is missing a keyword that is needed in Rust to create a new variable binding. The let keyword is used to declare a variable, and the variable x is assigned the value of 5. The println macro is then used to print the value of x. The code will not compile because type annotations need. The compiler message is saying that Rust cannot infer the type that the variable binding x is with what is given here. What happens if you annotate line 7 with the type annotation? What if you give x a value? What if you do both? What type should x be anyway? What if x is the same type as 10? What if it's a different type? To fix this issue, you can provide an initial value to the variable x at the time of declaration. The code will not compile because useBinding isn't initialized. Oops. In this exercise, we have a variable binding that we've created on line 7 and we're trying to use it on line 8, but we haven't given it a value. We can't print out something that isn't there. Try giving x a value. This is an error that can cause bugs that's very easy to make in any programming language. To fix this issue, you can give an initial value to the variable x at the time of declaration. The code will not compile because cannot assign twice to immutable variable x. In Rust, variable bindings are immutable by default, but here we're trying to reassign a different value to x. There's a keyword we can use to make a variable binding mutable instead. To fix this issue, you can use the keyword mut to make the variable binding mutable. The code will not compile because cannot add integer to str. In VariableSphere, we already learned how to make an immutable variable mutable using a special keyword. Unfortunately, this doesn't help us much in this exercise because we want to assign a different type value to an existing variable. Sometimes you may also like to reuse existing variable names because you are just converting values to different types like in this exercise. Fortunately, Rust has a powerful solution to this problem: shadowing. Try to solve this exercise afterwards using this technique. You can change the type of number to an integer and perform arithmetic operations on it. It's important to note that, when you use the shadowing technique, the previous value and type of the variable are completely replaced by the new value and type, and the previous value becomes inaccessible. The code will not compile because missing type for const item. We know about variables and mutability, but there is another important type of variable available: constants. Constants are always immutable and they are declared with keyword const rather than keyword let. Constants types must also always be annotated. It's important to note that constants are always immutable and they are declared with the keyword const instead of let. Constants can only be set to a constant expression, not the result of a function call or any other value that could only be computed at runtime. That's it for our tutorial on variables in Rust. Remember, variables in Rust must be declared before they are used and are immutable by default. You can use the mut keyword to make a variable mutable, and constants are always immutable and their types must always be annotated. And you can use the concept of shadowing to redeclare a variable with the same name, but a different type. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.